I got one more just because I think it's funny.
Cool.
The Twitch stream hot tub meta.
Oh.
I don't really have an angle on
I don't watch
this.
any, so I don't know about it. But
I just think it's hilarious that everything becomes porn. That's really my only takeaway. It's just that everything becomes porn.
Yeah.
Like first we had the printing press and it was supposed to do all these things and we used it to print porn. And then we had the internet and it was supposed to do all these things. But 50% of the internet is just porn. Literally 50% of Reddit, I think, is porn.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Yeah. If you just go to new, apparently if you just go to Reddit instead of going to popular, you just go to all and sort by new, it's just porn.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I haven't checked it, but that's what people say.
Okay.
And then what was the next technology? Oh, VR goggles came out and VR porn was instant.
Haptic technology.
And
yeah, that one's pretty obvious.
We had Patreon and then we got OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And then there's Twitch. And Twitch's guidelines say you can't do sexual things.
I mean, OnlyFans has to be crushing Patreon, right?
Oh, yeah. Not even close.
I don't know, but it seems
If I could bet on one, if I could blind bet on one, I'm betting on OnlyFans to make more revenue than
that's a statement that Patreon. I can stand behind. I don't know, but I will take the OnlyFans.
And I could be wrong, but that's where I would put my money. So yeah, so Twitch has a thing. For people who don't know, their guidelines say you can't be sexual. We're not OnlyFans. It's for streaming games and it's for talking to your fans. And so people, there's a guideline that says you can be in a bathing suit if you're in an appropriate context for a bathing suit. And so a bunch of streamers who are women bought hot tubs, like inflatable temporary hot tubs.
Or real hot tubs. I mean, it's an investment. You get to expense it for sure.
Yes. Some did, but some bought inflatable hot tubs so they could be in bikinis talking to their fans.
Yeah.
And it took over Twitch and it became some of the most popular people on Twitch, making the most money, getting the most views is now these women wearing bathing suits and they do funny things. Like there's this woman, I don't know her name, so this isn't shade at her, but she initially published a tweet that said, "This is wrong. If you want to be successful, put on a shirt, put on some pants, do it like the men do." You know what I mean? Like don't take advantage of this. Changed her mind at some point, I think, after seeing how other people performed, started doing the bikini meta. And I this is what taught me what the hot tub meta is. She does this thing where if you like her stuff or subscribe or give her money, she makes a heart by pushing her elbows together to push her breasts together and makes a heart with her hands like this.
Oh my God.
Every time she gets money. It's how the mighty have fallen. And yeah, they're crushing it because that's what a large percentage of the population wants is to have a girl talk to them kindly while wearing a bathing suit and pushing her boobs together.
Yeah, I guess where I'm at is like, let's just take the lid off this thing. Like all this repressed sexual stuff, let's just let it fill the role that it actually is going to fill in our economy, which is everything. Because it's cat's out of the bottle.
Dude, it finds its way everywhere. There's strip clubs, but there's also Hooters.
I said cat's out of the bottle. It's cat's out of the bag. There you go.
No, it's
genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Whatever you invent, whatever platform you make, what people want is porn.
You know, what's interesting is that like the only thing that they can, we've talked about this, the only thing that supersedes economic interest is religion.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, that's it. And so when things elevate to the power of religion, like wokeness, that's when you see people make decisions that go against their economic interests. Mm-hmm. And one of the few things I think that kept sexuality out of the economic sphere in such a dominant way that we're now starting to see it surge was religion. And you take that away and you have a bit of social shaming, a bit like that's not enough.
Social shaming is going away.
And that's what I'm saying.
Way away.
It's going away because there's no religion to hold it together.
Yeah, most of TikTok I think is just people dancing in scantily clad outfits.
I don't know if it's most, but it's a huge piece of TikTok is that. And so yeah, just everywhere. I wonder if at some point you just become sated as like, I like to think that you just go, everything becomes hot tub meta and then it crests and stops and there's things that aren't.
Well, you did the OnlyFans video though, but this is just what people want is to throw some small amount of money at someone to speak kindly to them while being attractive and showing cleavage.
Yeah.
Like they know they're not going to have sex with these people. They know there's no future in it. They're not necessarily even masturbating to it. They just want to pay so that someone can go, "Hey, thanks, name, for the donation. I really appreciate you. I, as this person, appreciate you," while being attractive. So
yeah, I guess I wonder how that affects and now I don't know this from the video, how that affects the payee's position as a boyfriend or father, or I'm not certain.
Like when they hang up, how does it affect their relationship with someone else?
If they are less likely to get into a relationship, if they are, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the scary question. But maybe it's not at all a problem.
Well, isn't that the whole? I don't know. So again, talking about countries that we don't know about because we don't live there. Isn't that allegedly a problem that's happening in Japan? People are just disinterested in dating as much.
I don't know a ton about it. I mean, I've heard that there's less interested in dating and there's more interest in career and that sort of stuff, but I don't know. So yeah.
I don't know. Just thought it was hilarious.
We should do it, man. I don't think it would help our views.
Well, that's another thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but I did see an interesting conversation where it was a person who, she's a feminist, and she says we were fighting for equality, and we thought that would mean less sexual objectification of women. And what society said was, no, we don't want to lower the amount that we sexually objectify women. Let's just up the amount that we sexually objectify men. And then you got Magic Mike and Tom Hiddleston showing his butt in movies and stuff like that. And so now I don't
think most women, and here's the thing, if you're a Twitch streamer and you say that you don't want to be objectified and then you get into a hot tub and make heart signs, like, I don't care what you say.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
You just are. And I think what the problem is that people might say that you don't want to be forced to be objectified. I think most everyone can agree with that.
But you'll opt in for money.
When it's advantageous,
not everyone would. To be clear, most people don't have an OnlyFans. They don't have a Twitch.
Yes, that's not what I'm saying, but I can give you an example of, someone that I know that went to a meeting very recently that they were unprepared for, and they are a woman. And they didn't know, like, a big head honcho came in to ask questions about stuff, and they were not supposed to be there because there was someone else who was supposed to give the presentation, but they had to do it anyway. And, was completely business appropriately dressed, did her best, tried, but was like, oh my God, I'm sounding like an idiot because I don't know the answer to this, because how could I? And at the end of it, this person started asking questions and expressed a level of friendliness that was not to be expected for how poor some of the questions were. And while no numbers were exchanged, no any of this, there was an air of friendliness that seemed to go beyond the level that the presentation had required and what one might expect of a guy at that similar level. And I don't think that even in that scenario where it wasn't being presented, it wasn't offered, that advantage was happily taken, and not that there was anything. Well, I guess she could have said, you know what, I don't deserve to. I really screwed this up.
Well, everyone takes
Stop.
I mean, allegedly there's a tall person advantage. If I give a presentation that's meh, but it gets well received, and the only reason it got well received in hindsight is because I spoke loudly and I was tall. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm going to take the
Sure.
Oh, that was a great job. Great, thanks.
Sure.
I'll be in my office.
Sure.
I'm not going to undo whatever subconscious thin slice bias I get.
And I don't mean to criticize, and to be clear, I'm not criticizing that. It's just that you could say that you don't want to be objectified, which is, of course, true. But what people do want is to retain the advantages of the potential to objectify themselves to either the 0th degree and just allow people to imagine, or to the 50th degree and to get into a bathing suit, or to the 100th degree and to sell, sex for money.
Honestly, it sounds like a pretty good policy. You can be objectified to the extent you opt into.
I agree. That's a great policy.
As long as you can opt out. If you want 0%, you have the option to opt into 0%. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems reasonable. And both genders get to do it.
Yes.
Sure. Sounds sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I just don't think that the goal was not to be not objectified. The goal was to, I think, choose one's level of objectification.
I think that's fair. This was just a woman that I saw on a podcast or something.
Yeah.
And that was just her position for what she thought she was fighting for in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.